So how we used to count to 1 to 10 was that we'd start from 1, and then we'd go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. However, as anyone with half a brain can point out, this isn't actually the path to 10, because there are numbers in between 1 and 2 and 3. So when you're counting to 10, it's not actually accurate. It's not the correct way to do it. So what you should do is you should count all the you should count the numbers in between as well, because if you're not counting them, then you're not doing things right. And there's no that's immoral. If you don't do things right, it's immoral. If you don't take into consideration certain things, then it's not good. So we should rather start counting, saying 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and so on. And I apologize for not mentioning the rest of the numbers to 10. And that's immoral, because you shouldn't leave things out, even if it, is easier to make the example. So then when we get to here, it's obvious for anybody to see that, of course, these aren't the numbers that you're supposed to use, because there's numbers in between these two numbers. So what the right thing to do, because of course we have to abide by a set of rules, it's actually 1.01, 1.02, and of course, as anybody can see, this is not the correct way to count the numbers, because there are also one of the biggest flaws about this counting system is that it has no ethical basis on the order of numbers, because why is number 1 always first? Number 10 is never first unless you start counting from 10, but we're counting from 1 to 10. So what should actually happen is, probably because 10 is always last, we should say that 10 is first, and then we shouldn't start organizing things this way, because it's unfair for the middle, because they're always in the center. They'll never be in the first numbers, so we'll just put 5 here. Then we should probably find a way, I haven't gotten further than this, but we should probably find a way for selecting the next numbers. Number 1, of course, that's going to be last, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. And then we take number 2, and I feel like, because they're so close to number 1, they're basically number 1. So we can maybe just get rid of number 1 and actually lump all of these numbers into the same number. And because number 1 is not a good number because they're first, so we'll create a new number, which we'll call this. And this number entails all the numbers that used to be 3, 2, and 1. And I think we should put this to a vote. And then, of course, people can just choose which numbers mean what numbers. So you can say that you want to say that 6 is this many things, because that's the way you you have the freedom to do so, and you should, because who's to say that 6 is what? Like, who gets to decide that, what that actually means? I don't think, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't make sense, and it feels bad. So in the next video, we're going to be counting the actual numbers, and we are going to be starting off from 1, of course, and then we're going to make our way, I apologize. Sometimes I forget what was said. So we're going to start from 10, of course, And then we're going to start counting the numbers in the sort of ethically and morally correct order. And of course, like completely including every number possible. And then, of course, if someone feels that another number is different, we're going to take that into account and change probably how we're going to do things. So that's woke math for kids, and I hope you like the new system. It feels really nice. It makes you feel really warm inside, and I think that's the most important thing. So goodbye.